Hi, it's Tom from bknutrition.com, and today I want to talk about how to speed up the weight loss process. Now, this might sound like, oh great, we're going to have some secrets and some hacks here to help us to speed up our weight loss and our fat loss into the stratosphere. That might be what gurus tell you, but actually the truth is very, very boring. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't heed the truth, and so they end up ruining their results. So this video is about how to speed up the weight loss process by not trying to speed up the weight loss process. Now, what I mean by that is that a lot of people search very, very hard and for a very long time sometimes to try and find the right thing that works for them, but more often than not, they generally tend to find something such as like a keto diet or 6-week shred or one of these other sort of fad diets which are very popular with celebrities and celebrity endorsed, and they lose weight very fast. Unfortunately, what happens is they can't sustain that, and they end up rebounding their weight loss and going back to where they were, or even gaining more weight. Now, I've talked about that in other videos, so I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But let's say you finally found the thing that is working for you, and you're losing weight really nicely, you're losing fat really nicely, about 1 to 2 kilos a week depending on your body type, and things are proceeding really well. You're really happy, and all of a sudden you think, ooh, I wonder what will happen if I do more of this thing that I'm doing. Will that make my weight loss happen faster? And here's the trap that a lot of people fall into. The body does not like rapid change. It does not like things changing very, very fast. It really hates handbrake turns, which is why things like 6-week shreds and keto diet shreds and all these other things that are meant to get you shreds in 6 weeks really don't work in the long term, because although you'll see very short-term results from depleting your calories right down, from dropping carbs out, from doing 4 hours of cardio a day, whatever, that is unsustainable. And if you've ever done one of those programs, you'll know that after 6 weeks, if you last that long, you come off the diet and you go right back to what you're doing before, and the body regains all its weight back again. You're back to square one. Now, this can be the same thing that is true if you try and speed up your weight loss process. And I've seen many people who are getting really good results, losing weight consistently, and then they try and rush it, they try and increase it. So they might have set themselves like a 200 to 300 calorie deficit or 400 calorie deficit, whatever they've set themselves. They're doing a fair bit of exercise, so they're increasing their activity, they're reducing their calories. And because this is within a certain boundary that the body likes, it has its narrow vision of where it likes to be. And over time, that does shift. So there's something called the lipostat, which I'll talk about in another video. But basically with that is you can change things very gradually, and the body will become accustomed to that. And say if you're losing weight very gradually, say a steady pace of 1 to 2 kilos a week, what you'll generally tend to find is you'll drop to a certain level, and then you'll stay there for a certain level, and then all of a sudden you'll drop again. Now, you haven't done anything new, you haven't done anything weird, you've just been at a plateau, and all of a sudden you drop again. And that's the body becoming accustomed to its new level, and it sees that as a new homeostasis level, the new sort of normal level it likes to be, and then it's comfortable dropping again. There are other factors to explain this as well, but generally the body will like these small changes, these small degrees of change, which is why I'll talk about like incredible acts start with small actions, very small consistent things that take you forward, very tiny steps. But because they accumulate up and the body's recognizing that changes happen very slowly, it can adapt to that. Now, the problem being is that if you are in that really nice sweet spot of losing weight consistently, even if it's only a very small amount of weight, or if you're not even losing weight, but you can see things happening in the mirror, which happens a lot with female clients I work with, but the problem is that people see these results, go, "Okay, this is great, I'm finally making this progress." And then what they do is they try and add another 40 minutes cardio a day, or they try and take out another meal that they're having, because if they do that, obviously it's going to happen faster. This thing that they found is going to happen faster if they increase their activity or drop their food out. Unfortunately, what does happen then is the body starts to go, oh, hold on, now I'm not liking that because that's too much activity for me, so the calorie deficit is too high, or now you've dropped food too much, now that's too much of a calorie deficit. And what it then decides it's going to do is it's going to fight back against you, because the body is just trying to survive, it's just trying to keep you alive. And even if you're doing these things because you want to get leaner and you want to exercise more, the body will go, hold on, what's the brain doing? it's trying to take us in a direction where we're ultimately going to die, because if you keep dropping calories, and you keep dropping weight, essentially you're going to die at the end, aren't you? That's a starvation thing. So it puts the brakes on, and it reduces your metabolism slightly. Now I have talked about this in other videos about having a broken metabolism and are your calories too low for weight loss. I've done that one recently. And the idea is that if your calorie deficit is too high, as in you're burning through too many calories and not replenishing it with food, the body will try and bring you back to that level it likes being at. So it will make you more hungry, it will make you more lazy, it will give you massive amounts of food cues. Everything you see will be food, everything you think about will be food. You'll be more tired, it will try and reduce how much activity, how much steps you do. So it's on one end it's trying to decrease your activity, and then on the other end it's trying to get you to eat more so that you're putting the weight back on. Now the problem with this is that, okay, you can fight that for a period of time, you've got willpower, but you're eventually going to give in, because everyone breaks under torture eventually. And this is a form of sort of slow mental torture, that you're always hungry and you're always tired. And so what that's eventually going to happen is you're going to binge on a meal. The problem then happens is that even though you might gain the weight back again because you're eating more calories and your body, and you haven't done the exercise because you're still getting these tired signals, because that happens, you might gain the weight back again. But it takes time for the body to recognize that you've actually got back to that weight, and the calories that have come in are actually back to the levels it needs to be. So what happens is, quite regularly, people overshoot and they gain more weight back again before the body goes, right, I'm happy with that. Now we're going to go back to normal. And then what happens is you're back to normal, or you're back to normal plus 2 or 3 kilos because you've overshot and your calorie surplus has been too high. And then the worst thing that happens is now you're at that point, the body goes, oh, I'm quite happy being that weight now. And then it's even harder to get the weight off. So, and all that has come because you are being greedy for results and you wanted the results faster. I often get clients say this to me, saying, oh, look, great, the weight loss happening, shall we drop carbs a bit more? I can do more workouts. No, don't do that. You're getting results, you're looking better in the mirror, you're happy with what's happening here. Why do you want to mess that up? Why do you want to push the boat? It's like poking the lion until it bites you. Don't do that. If you're getting results, even if they're very, very small results, live with that. Say, I'm accepting that, I'm accepting the results happen. And for some people, results will be faster than others. Some people genetically can lose fat faster than other people. I work with people who've got thyroid issues, PCOS, those sorts of things, and that's incredibly difficult to get them to lose body fat. So even the very smallest amount of body fat loss is a massive win for them. But if you try and push that too much, the body's going to fight back against that, and it's going to start giving you the cues to actually go against what you actually want to achieve. And that's all from being greedy for results. So my message today is, if you want to speed up weight loss, don't try and speed up weight loss. If it's happening, if you found it's working, whatever you're doing is working, keep on doing that thing. Now, certain caveats here: if you're doing really restrictive diet or some sort of elimination diet, or one of these diets, which is one of these fad things you buy off the internet, I probably wouldn't recommend you do that for very long anyway, because you end up going to potentially developing a negative relationship with food, carbohydrates, etc., which I've had to deal with in the past with clients. But if you have found a diet that works, you're enjoying the foods, you're enjoying the exercise, you feel in a happy place, your body's happy, and mentally you're happy, and you're losing weight at a nice, steady rate, and you're seeing slow, steady changes in your body, just keep doing that thing, because the body's happy keeping you there, it's happy losing weight. Don't poke the beast, because it will eventually bite you back. So that's my message for today. If you want to speed up your weight loss, don't try and speed it up. Be happy with what's happening, accept that sometimes changes are slow, but those small changes will very gradually snowball into massive changes. Everything starts with the one walk on the treadmill, the one restriction of your diet, that sort of thing. All those things start and lead into big things. So once you start doing it consistently, you'll see things improve very rapidly after, say, a couple of months of doing that right thing. And that's generally what I see with clients. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort to get into that initial sort of weight loss where things are happening. And once it's happening, keep doing that thing consistently. You'll see it snowball quite quickly. But in order to reach that sort of escape velocity, sometimes you really have to put the work in. And then once you're there, once you're seeing the results, don't push it. Don't try and get there faster. Just get the results, be happy with the results, see it happen slowly. Remember, these sorts of changes take 6 months. If you've put the weight on over 2 or 3 years, it's not going to go in 6 weeks. It's going to take probably 6 months of consistent action to get you where you want to be. So hopefully that message has reached the people it needs to reach. And if you've got any questions, please put in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions on this. And if you enjoyed the video, why don't you like it? If you want to see more of my videos, why don't you hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of all the great videos that I put out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time. Do appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.